So as you guys probably know by now, in these last few weeks, Dead by Daylight has been going through a complete massacre, with bugs that were in the previous PTB coming into live servers all the way to Chandler Riggs' stream. So here's everything you need to know about the current state of Dead by Daylight. Starting off with some minor bugs such as the spirit animation bug. Basically, whenever you phase with spirit, there used to be a small animation, however nowadays it's not there, it's just bugged completely. As I'm showing you here right now in this clip, even when you get out of phase, the animation is still there. The only way to fix it is if you take a swing. Another bug which used to be there, however this was recently patched on the 14th of August patch update, was the cosmetic icons. There were some characters such as the Onryo, Fang, and even Ada, I think, where they had the cosmetic icons slightly bugged, but thankfully this issue was finally patched. Following that, there is also the issue with random items appearing in the offering screen, such as Jim, aka the metal beam. The devs, I'm pretty sure, already know about this. They even gave away Jim as a profile icon, so I think many people would actually appreciate that. I think the devs made a successful mistake for once.
Pretty good job.
Following that, we got the insane ping issue. This issue has been happening actually quite recently, where if you join a lobby, at first it will seem like you have normal ping, but when you actually start to get in game, either you or your fellow survivors or even the killer would have around 1000 ping, making the game completely unplayable. I have even asked other people if they have experienced the same issue, and some of them have. A guy even messaged me telling me that he once got in a lobby with everyone having 1000 ping, and he made sure that it wasn't his internet, because he was also having some other games running in the background and they were running just perfectly fine. So the Dead by Daylight servers are just simply having a complete another mental breakdown. But anyways, let's address the main elephant in the room. Let's address Chandler Riggs' stream. This stream was probably the worst stream that Dead by Daylight has ever made. It was a complete another disaster class. If you didn't watch the stream or you clicked off while watching it, which in that case I don't really blame you at all. Basically, Chandler Riggs was invited to play Dead by Daylight with some of the high-end fellow creators such as Odstarva himself, and during this time the devs made a custom lobby specifically for them, where in this lobby they had an open spectator spot where anyone could join the spectator spot and they could watch the game for themselves without actually having to go to their live stream. However, this spot caused a lot of issues. Due to this open spectator spot, cheaters managed to join the lobbies, which then DDoSed their whole servers, making everyone in that lobby completely unable to play the game.
I did try. Alright, friends, I think we might need to have restart, and we might need to get a full staff list to join this lobby. I think we know what's happening here, but no worries. We have a contingency for this. Chandler, look away. Nothing's happening. We're gonna fix this momentarily. All right.
All right.
We need to restart this lobby, and we're gonna ask behavior employees to fill the thing. If they cannot fill it, I maybe invite some friends or something.
Thankfully, not long after this, Odstarva immediately found a solution to this problem, where he could either get Dead by Daylight employees to fill the open spectator spot, or if they couldn't join, he would get his mods to fill that spot instead. However, when he proposed the solution, the devs just didn't care. He even tried talking to them with chat, and the devs just completely ignored him. After he's been ignored, they tried to go in another game, but the same thing happened.
Oh, I think it's happening again.
Yeah, we might. All right, guys. I didn't wanna be that guy, but
It's
yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to quit again. And behavior, you guys are gonna have to.
Can we just bring spectators in, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell my mods. Hopefully they don't have a problem, Jim.
After the same thing happened twice, Odstarva simply just had enough, and he invited his mods to enter the lobby to fill the open spectator spot. However, when his mods tried to join the lobby, the devs were just instantly kicking them for no apparent reason. Odstarva was just simply trying to fix the problem that the devs created themselves. However, whenever he tried to fix the issue, the devs simply said no and kicked his mods completely from the game.
Alright, I think we're good to go.
Yeah, I think this should go. Oh, never mind. I think we are having a bit of a problem in communication. I would just rather get some of our mods or some of our trusted folks to be here if possible. Like, even if it's just for the first game until we have staff.
Whenever Oddsdarva tried to talk to the developers to let his mods in the lobby and not kick them out, the devs even so continuously continue to ignore him. For no apparent reason, he was just simply trying to fix a problem that they have created. And even so, the worst part was whenever someone was even proposing another idea in their chat, they were getting timed out by the developers themselves. For no apparent reason. I don't even know what the devs were thinking throughout this whole entire stream, to be quite frankly honest. They didn't listen to a single word Oddsdarva said, or even to his chat. No one. They were just timing out everyone who proposed a solution, literally trying to help them out. But they would just keep getting timed out or even kicked. For about an hour of them sitting in the lobby doing absolutely nothing, Chandler Riggs just simply left, and then around a minute later the stream just randomly ended. However, roughly a day after this disaster class of a stream, the devs did give us a reply, as I'm showing you here right now in this clip. They then sent out a tweet apologizing for whatever happened during the stream. But there's a couple things I want to mainly address here from this tweet. In this tweet, they do talk about troubleshooting. But there was really no troubleshooting needed because of the fact that Oddsdarva literally found a solution to the problem 9 minutes into the stream and then proceeded to repeat the solution constantly throughout the whole stream. But when he tried to even fix it for you behavior, you just completely ignored his efforts and even kicked out his mods that were there to help and solve the issue for you. Another part of this tweet was when they're saying they don't want anyone to feel ignored. Now this is kind of ironic because the devs did the same thing about a week ago with Streetwise, where everyone was really telling them that Streetwise was buggy and it was just ruining the game. The devs didn't listen at all. That was bugged from the PTB as well. However, after everyone literally telling the devs about Streetwise, they finally had no choice but to kill switch it. And then they sent another tweet saying the same thing, that they don't want anyone to feel ignored, while they literally had ignored the community for ages until they finally kill switched Streetwise. In this scenario here, they kind of did the same thing, but instead of the community, they kind of just completely ignored Oddsdarva and his chat, and as well anyone trying to help them. I don't really know what the devs were just doing throughout this whole stream, to be honest. I think they just completely lost their minds. It kind of seemed like they're just losing interest in Dead by Daylight. However, at the same time, that doesn't seem like to be the case. But I honestly think the main issue with the devs is that they think they are listening to the community a lot, when in reality, they aren't listening to the community as much as they should. So that's mainly where the issues are occurring the most. Worst part in all of this is that this is all happening during the Operation Health phase that they talked about in previous streams. So I don't really know what the devs are planning to do here with all of this. I don't really know what's gonna happen to Dead by Daylight. It seems like currently it's in its worst state that it's ever been so far. And I've been playing Dead by Daylight since like 2017 or so, and I don't think I've ever seen the game go this bad. There were a couple of bad times from Dead by Daylight, but nothing close to all of this. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that the devs will manage to fix everything wrong with the game, and hopefully they will start to listen to the community a lot more frequently than they should. So with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good night, guys.